Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Rav Roberts. Rav Roberts is the CEO of PharmaSentinel, which created Medc.com. He has a track record in the U.S., San Francisco for 6 years, and in the U.K. for 20 years of leading diverse and distributed teams and successfully delivering complex global digital systems with Accenture, Capgemini, and more. Rob previously co-founded 2 tech startups, one in San Francisco. He brings a deep understanding of successfully leading launches of digital platforms, digital marketing channels, global digital and data governance, and GDPR compliance. Rob started out as a programmer and database analyst at Fidelity Investments and was responsible for designing and rolling out consumer GDPR compliance globally at Diageo. Well, good afternoon, Rob. Welcome to the show.
Great to be here, Brian, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Again, I'm virtually traveling the globe today, and I have several podcasts. And of course, we're hailing to the great country of England or the UK. And I'm glad that you're on the show, and we're going to jump into the questions here so we can start to share your story out to our audience.
Yeah, great.
Rav, you've got quite the career in consulting, digital transformation, and now you're the co-founder and CEO of PharmaSentinel. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yeah, well, I'll start in reverse order. So what inspires me? It's people around me, not just who I work with. So people like Vanessa and the team that I'm working with, but people that I meet every day, people like you, Brian, and people that I meet on Twitter. And just because they go out of their way to lift other people up and to help people. And that's really great to see. I think it's happening more and more on a global scale these days. So you said yourself, you're working with people all over the world. So yeah, it's just an exceptional time right now. And in terms of the secret to my career growth, so I'd say quite a lot of it has been luck, but you put yourself in the right position to be lucky, I think. So for example, the first job I had was at Fidelity Investments in the UK. And I got that job because I'm born in Scotland. And the top guy at the time in the UK where I started, he was born in Scotland. So he was born in Glasgow, where I was born. So he gave me the job because I was born in the same place he was. And then I went to the States in 97, got an interview at a top technology consulting company in Silicon Valley in San Mateo. And I got that interview because I was working for Fidelity Investments. So it all came back to that. And I moved to America. And all through life, it's been that. But you have to take advantage of your luck as well and opportunities. So I'm a big networker. I met Vanessa through networking, and she's been doing lots of great things in London through her networking as well. She's also started to work with people outside London, like Dr. Bob, one of our advisors, an ex-US Marine, who became a medical doctor in the US. And he's one of our key advisors for growth when we start our US expansion next month. So all of this is through networking. And actually, the people in our startup, the 3 co-founders, we met at business school during our executive MBAs 15 years ago, actually 16 years ago. And we kept in touch all through that time. And because of our networking, actually, we met again in London at a bar and started discussing this idea about 16 months ago. And it all came from that, just a meeting in a bar. So yeah, you make your own luck and networking and being open and almost being like a child, curious as to what's going on, because there's a lot going on. And there's so many opportunities right now.
Absolutely. I appreciate your share of your journey, your experience. And Rob, you're absolutely right. Networking is fundamental key to success in your career. Obviously, getting out there and meeting people and making those right connections goes a long way. So thank you for sharing. And let's talk about the pandemic. Hopefully this is lifting soon, but now that this pandemic has started to lift, at least where I live, they've lifted the masks now and most people have been vaccinated. So what are your plans for growth going forward? And will it be any different than the last 14 months?
Well, first of all, many congratulations on starting to get the pandemic lifted where you are. And the same over here. And in terms of what our plans are going forward and how it differs, well, we're a health tech company. So our company, PharmaSentinel, we didn't even exist 14 months ago. So we only launched 6 months ago. And we launched with our consumer product, MEDSI, which stands for Medicines Information for Me, MEDSII.com. You can go and have a look. It's completely free to use. And in terms of plans for the next 14 months or the next year, the big one is we're launching into the US, right? We've got Dr. Bob, the US Marine and Navy SEAL doctor who's helping us to launch and scale in the US. He's got a fantastic network. He's extremely well connected in the private sector and the public sector, and just a great guy, which you'd expect for a US Navy SEAL, right? So we're really looking forward to doing that starting next month. As well as that, we're looking to launch a Substack content model. Now, if people don't know what Substack is, it's part of what's called the creator economy, where people who write in for us, medical or health related articles or just mental well-being or along those lines, they can actually monetize those directly by offering subscriptions for, say, $2 or $3 or $5 or $10 a month. And they can get subscribers and they keep 90% of those earnings. We take 10% for doing all the hosting and technology behind that. So we're looking to grow and scale in the US initially and then globally after that. But the US is our key challenge and opportunity in the next 12 months.
Amazing. I appreciate your share for the growth for the next several months, especially in the U.S. Obviously, it's a big market, so good luck to you on that market. Rav, you're obviously leveraging some new or emerging technologies in your tech stack, probably some of the latest and greatest to bring out your product. But is there anything specific you might be able to share? And if not, maybe it's just a cool tool or app that you're using to make your life easier.
Yeah, it's a great question, Brian. I wouldn't say that we're using anything, that new. What we have are native apps, iOS and Android, and actually one of them just won a Webby honoree, which we're very proud of because we only launched 6 months ago. And we've got a web app as well in React. We've got our Mongo database and an Azure a platform. We also integrate various tools like Segment, Twilio, Mongo database, as I said, and Microsoft Azure. And the reason I mentioned those two again, as well as Segment and Twilio, is I think it's very important for people listening. If you can get those free, of course you would, right? But I didn't know that you could. You can all these companies have what they call startup programs, where you can apply and get credits for Azure, Stripe, not just those four companies themselves, but if you go on to Segment, for example, they offer you credits for Stripe and other companies, Mixpanel, etc. Really, really amazing opportunities now to get started with these free products from these major companies. Most of them are American, I would say. And that's a good thing, right? Because let's face it, America's just so far ahead compared to the rest of the world in terms of technology, startups and support. So, what I'd say is definitely do that. In terms of our artificial intelligence, as I said, we've only just started. We actually launched that 4 months ago. That's all in Python. And we're looking to scale that considerably over the next year or two.
Thank you for sharing. As you know, this is a technology platform, and so our audience loves to gather some insights on what everybody's doing and using in today's technology world. So, Rav, I'm going to jump to the last question here. our audience wants to know a little bit more about Rav Roberts. Could you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career in leadership or entrepreneurship?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to focus on entrepreneurship because, as I said, there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. And I say that having actually started a dot-com company in San Francisco back in 1999, this is just a much better time because all the information is out there for you to help you launch, grow, and scale quickly and do it better than ever before. And what's really been helpful to me, and I've got to say, I've moved quite a lot of my activity from LinkedIn to Twitter, right? Twitter's just been amazing. And I follow some key people there who are entrepreneurs or who actually support entrepreneurs. Most of them are small VCs based in the US. In fact, they're all based in the US. And just a few of these people, one of them, Elizabeth Yin, who's also known as her handle is Dunk Hippo 33, Jason Calacanis, Lolito Tobe, and Matt Sherman and Sabah Kareem. So I'll share all these with you separately, Brian, just so you've got the names right. But there's just so many people out there and they've got so much vital content to help you understand how to successfully launch and grow a technology startup. This information has been available kind of before, but never in this abundance and this quality. And just some other things I've been doing. I was actually part of a couple of free courses to help you get venture capital. And what they did was they taught you all about every single term in the term, every single word in the term sheet that people just don't know. Why they don't teach that in high school, I don't know, because it's relatively simple once you get to know. But I got that from Brad Feld, who actually started Techstars, another American. I think he's based in Colorado, great guy. And he had some lectures with some Stanford professors, and all of this was free. So if you want to know how to form your company properly, how to raise money, how to use technology, how to grow and scale, all of this is available for free. And it's never been like that before, right?
Great. I appreciate you sharing and the broad network. And I know a lot of that can be attributed to your network, but the resources available out there today is simply amazing. And you're absolutely right. Being an entrepreneur at this time of the century, this time of where we're at today, as far as what we're going through, especially in a pandemic, You're absolutely right. I think the opportunity is amazing. So
I think it's probably the most exciting time in history for people everywhere across the world. Of course, America is the best place for entrepreneurship without a doubt. But the rest of the world has got huge opportunities to network directly with people who can help you in America or elsewhere.
Yep. I appreciate the share on that, Rav. And Rav, it was a pleasure having you on today. I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Yeah, the pleasure's all mine, Brian. And thank you once again for the opportunity.
Bye for now.